Hey, welcome to another class session on Mr. Hell's digital media class. Hey, this will be session 4 video. If you haven't seen the other few videos, I encourage you guys to go ahead and check those videos out. The last video I was talking about was pre-production, all right? We're breaking down the 3 phases of production, from pre-production, production, and post-production, all right? So for this video right here, we're gonna be focusing on the emphasis of production. What is production? So production in film and video, production refers to the part of the process in which footage is recorded. All right, this is what most people imagine when they think of film being made, actors on set, and camera ratings. All right, that is what production is. All right, so remember as I was speaking about in my last video about production, about everything is happening on set at that time. Footage is being recorded, actors are saying their lines, crews are on set. And so this is the most important part when it comes to the phases of production. And I will go through those reasons of why production is so vital and important. So without pre-production, there is no production. And so those phases build off of each other and they actually help each other, because before you get to a place of production, everything needs to be right and ready at that time. Time is money, all right? People spend a lot of money on locations. They spend a lot of money with time when it comes to having actors on set at a certain amount of time, and when it comes to renting equipment. So it's a reason why that these budgets, these big time movies cost a lot of money, and time is money. You don't want to waste any more time than what you have to. And so that's the reason why pre-production is so important, is because they already talked about what was important when it comes to camera angles, when it comes to storyboards, when it comes to what actors need to say. And so now, place of right now in production, and this is the most important phase, and which leads me to point number 2, is execute. Execute, execute, execute. The reason why is because you don't want to waste your time or your money. And so it was even harder back in the day when they didn't have digital cameras. They used real film. And so imagine if somebody made a mistake on scene, or an actor messed up, or the camera guy did something wrong. That is wasted footage, which means that is wasted money. And so now it costs more money to make this movie and more time. And so when you're in that pre-production phase, that is the planning and the building of before we actually execute this stuff. Point number 3 is no time for errors. So that's the same thing when it comes to executing. You want to make sure you're on point, you're on time, you're precise, and that's what's going to allow you to have a great production. All right, and so what's going to lead into this next video that we're going to talk about next time will be post-production. So all of these phases add on to each other, and so when it comes to post-production, now we're talking about the editing of what you did at that scene of production. And so imagine if you don't get that stuff right, post-production can't go into effect, because you don't have your stuff executed or put together correctly. And so you see the importance of each phase, but the most important is production, because you're actually on the set and you have to actually do it. And so I think that is very important when it comes to the 3 phases. Like I said, guys, stay up to date with what we're getting ready to get into, which is next week is post-production. But hey, let's keep going, let's stay strong, let's get it. All right.